OTG, welcome back. We always highlight people, places, and things, and we have had such a fantastic time at NFT Paris and have met so many fantastic people in Paris. It's just insane. We are here with another very nounish person that I can't wait for you guys to meet. So why don't you go ahead and introduce yourself to everybody?
Thank you, Aubtoshi. It's a pleasure to be here, and thank you for the invite. So, I'm XOAO. People know me as a Crypto Skulls community manager.
Okay.
I'm just a designer. I love community, and I love NFT events. So, I'm really happy to be here.
Yes, and that's what this is all about. Like, I love meeting the people that are at these events. And so, how did you kind of specifically get into NFTs?
Yeah, amazing question. So, I think I need to look back because like the story is very much like, I'm just learning, right? I'm always learning every single day. And I got into NFTs through listening to people, right? Going to spaces, listening to Clubhouse
Yes.
2 years ago, and then really just learning about NFTs, what they are. And it really fascinated me as a technology, right? So I learned from people like Gary Vee, from NFT Now, Matt Medved, for example. So I learned through that, essentially listening to like people who had experience in the space. And then I got into a really interesting space about NFT history. So yeah, that was kind of like, I'm so passionate about it because the more I dig into it, the more I'm like super passionate about history, about NFTs. That's how I got
Yes,
into it.
I love meeting people who like came in through like Twitter and Clubhouse too, because like Twitter Spaces is what like, I found out about NFTs kind of before, but
Yeah.
Twitter Spaces is what just like changed my life. Like, if you want to learn about NFTs, like sit in a Twitter space with NFT people, and don't just sit in one. Like, go to many, because you'll have to bop around until you find the group of people who are kind of like talking like how, you would expect to be like in a room with people, or like your people, I suppose. But once you find your people, Twitter Spaces are very, very valuable. So you found your people with Crypto Skulls. How did that happen?
So yeah, like again, like I think like it's an interesting story because like, I got on a space, Gary Vee was talking with Matt Medved from NFT Now.
Yeah.
And I just like, I'm just super passionate about it because Gary, he talks about like history being his favorite subject at school, right? It was really interesting.
I didn't know that.
No, so he was like, I'm a DNS student. Like I'm not very good at studying, but he loves history. He's so fascinated about it.
Wow.
And so I found that like as a really interesting aspect of like Gary being such a amazing influencer, educator in the space.
Yes.
Even he's not like super into school. But he still did so well in his career. So I felt like, to me, the history aspect made sense because we learn from the past in order to build a better future. So to me, like that's kind of like what Crypto Skulls is about the historical narrative of like early NFTs, like about 2019.
Wow.
All of that stuff. So, but I think just to go back to your question, it's like, how I got into it is just through the community, through listening to people, and then I just got myself as a community member, right?
Yeah.
I was like, I need to be part of this historical revolution. So if for people who don't know, Crypto Skulls is a 2019 project, and they were rediscovered in 2022.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, so the space I was talking about was literally in January 2022, and then they rediscovered the contract, and then they were able to actually get a bunch of people to be part of the community.
And like band together and kind of like save the community. I have seen a couple of projects that are like that as well.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
Yeah.
And you're still involved in that community.
Yeah, absolutely. So basically now I'm a community manager for the Crypto Skulls DAO. right?
Oh, okay.
Really
Yeah, we love
interesting.
DAOs.
Yes, I love
yes.
DAOs. Yeah, and I loved your talk with the DAOs today.
Oh, thank you.
You know, I learned so much again. You know, listening to you and you know, Mando, Ursef, and Farouk. Yeah, super interesting DAO panel. And to me, like that's kind of like why I'm into DAOs, because like, you know, it's community led. You know, it's really about listening to people's voices and ideas and feedback, and trying to like provide value back to the community.
Yes,
Right? It's not
yes,
just
yes.
about us. It's about, you know, how do we give back, and how do
Yes.
we collectively work together to you know, to achieve a common goal.
Yes.
Right.
Oh my gosh, the people is everything.
Yeah.
And that's what I just like really wanted to drive home. Like community is everything. People are everything. Showing up to these things, even if you can't, that was my goal for these, is that like, if I can get as many people who are here and who are in the industry, like to sit down with us and talk, like maybe someone could be at home and watch 30 of these and feel like they also got the chance to come here.
Yeah.
Because then it, you know, they got the chance to talk to and meet 30 different people who are here. So, you know, there's only so much time at these things, and so how we know, like, you don't necessarily get the longest conversations with people, but the ones that you do have really matter, and then you're able to connect afterwards. And like another great example of a person I've talked to and met online for quite a while now, and so like seeing and meeting in person has been just everything. It changes
Amazing.
the whole experience. It's now going to like further bolster our online experience together, and I think that at the end of the day, meeting people is what makes collaboration possible. And so I really appreciate you hanging out and sitting and talking with me. What do you think is one piece of advice you would give to someone who is trying to get into NFTs or didn't really know, or they're kind of on the fence? Like, what's a way that you would say, hey, this is where you're welcome?
Sure. I think, you know, I think it's about getting involved, right? Being active in the community, engaging with people, in meeting people in real life, right?
Yes.
That's all it's all about. Networking, you know,
Yes.
making friendships and relationships that can last a lifetime. Like to me, it's like, you know, if you always pay it forward, always keep, you know, building, keep networking, keep trying.
Yes.
I loved what you said about, you know, never give up, always keep trying to do things that you're passionate about, that you really believe in. And as long as you have conviction in your story, your belief in your values, I think like, you know, you can achieve anything. Like
Yeah.
it's all about just kind of tapping into your creativity, tapping into your ideas, and then getting, you know, working with others to build towards a common goal. So that's kind of my one piece of advice.
I love that. Yeah, you gotta keep going and believing in yourself, and then you gotta connect with other people, and that's how you're really able to make things happen in this space.
100%.
Well, thank you again for sitting down with us today in OTG. As you guys all know, this has been OTG. We have like people, places, and things, and we can't wait to see you next time. Yay!
Bye.
Oh, the knuckles look good on there. I was just seeing that. Okay, fantastic.